All right. Well, it's been Chris. It's been 2 weeks since
Mm-hmm.
we did the first episode. Now we're doing the
Yep.
second.
Let me just get back to Discord and not lose the race, please.
So Chris is on
Player.
Mario Kart. I am just doing Splatoon, but um. Anyways,
Two different games, yet we're starting the podcast now because
yep. Because why not? Anyways, for you guys who don't know what this podcast is, we're just a bunch of people who talk about random stuff and play games.
Yep.
I've said this in the first episode, and I'll say it again for every single episode. This is the Unhinged podcast. Everything's unhinged. We just are
we're saying
unhinged.
we can whatever we want.
Well,
And
until monetization comes in, just smacks me right in the face as I just smack myself in the face.
Yeah. But for now, I think we're good.
Yeah, I think now we're good. So yeah. Anyways, let me make sure my.
Well, should we start off what we talked about earlier before we started?
Oh yeah, Chris, go ahead, fill in the details while I fix my mic.
This made me crack up, but I'm just playing Mario Kart. I decided, you know what? Let me just open TikTok while on call. So I figure I'll do that. And the first thing that I find is something about Joe Biden just talking, and he decides he was talking about the vice president, but accidentally says Trump's name.
So, for context, anyone who knows anything about politics, of course, I'm just gonna put the elephant out in the room. I don't care about politics. Chris, I'm guessing
No,
you also don't care about politics.
no, I don't.
For anyone who is interested in politics, yes, that happened. Yeah, it's just the whole politic thing after the debate. It's like it's just gone downhill. Let's just say that.
Gone up in smoke. There you go.
It's just a bad time for everyone.
Very.
Anyways, I will be back. I'm going to go get some water. I will be back in like a second.
Okay.
If you want to fill people in with information about randomness, then go ahead. This is your co-host, so just if you want to talk about anything random, just go ahead. Well, I'll be back.
Yep. Good. I just find this video on my For You page. And all I think is that debate that happened. I realize that Biden is just, I think, losing it. As much as I don't want to be involved in politics, it just ends up happening. I come across videos like this, and yet this happens. Tell my friends about it, and here we are, just end up having a big old conversation about it.
Oops.
It's weird. I find it a little weird.
What do you find a little weird?
Oh, you're back.
Yeah, I got my
Just
water.
compare the video of Biden, sorry, about Biden.
There you go. The simplest and easy way to make sure that politics are not a thing. That actually might be the name of the episode. Politics are not a thing.
I know. Oh, there you go.
Well, title. There you go.
There's your.
There's my title.
Yep.
I still gotta make the thumbnail after this.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. The politics thing. It's just not existed.
Nope.
Like, I said this to Chris earlier before we even started the recording, and I'll say it again. Before, okay. for you guys who are into politics, I'm going to point this out as easily as I can, and if you want to argue with me in the comments, go ahead. I don't care. Anyways,
You do you.
when Trump said we were gonna get the vaccine, who was the person that actually gave us the vaccine? Joe Biden did. It took. So we had what? COVID started in 2019, correct?
Yeah, technically end of 2019, right?
Yes. So it took him almost a year and a half, almost 2 years to create the vaccine for COVID.
Yep.
And with it, he didn't do anything. He said he was going to build. Hold up, before this even happened, I think it was during like mid 2018, end of 2017, I think, Trump said he was going to build a wall. And again, a wall in quotations, it's literally just a barbed wired fence to keep all people from the other side of the border coming in from like I guess into Texas, because that is where people are coming from, or into, I guess, just they're letting them out because the National Guard is just not it. And I will say this with every fiber of my being again, it is not a wall, it is a fence. Trump, you are a liar and a scumbag.
Yeah.
And Joe Biden, you need to fix on your fucking grammar.
Yes. But,
and stop stuttering. The amount of times he stuttered during the debate. I didn't even watch the debate, yet I knew about it. Because you just told me, but I knew about it.
Yeah.
Because everyone on social media said that Joe Biden was stuttering.
Yeah.
Jeez, what a way to start off this podcast. We're only 8 minutes in. Or 7 minutes in.
Get canceled just because we're talking about politics. God damn.
Oh, jeez. If I get canceled for this, I swear to God.
I know. Oh, you got me.
No. Anyways, if you guys want to subscribe, go ahead and subscribe. We're on the way to 200 subscribers. I'll put Chris's channel in the link in the description, just like I did last time. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyways, so, like I said, I'm on Splatoon. He's on, what, Mario Kart still? Or are you on 64?
Nope, Mario Kart.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, Jesus. Anyways, I have a lot to talk about, so I'm just gonna get this off my chest.
Good.
So for those of you who know the game of cricket, do you know the game of cricket, Chris?
Yeah, I've heard of it. I just haven't never played it.
Good, you don't. Oh, look at that!
Yeah.
Anthony got on Game Boy Advance. Anyways, funny enough, about less than a month ago, my mom and stepdad got into cricket. And funny enough, what do you know? 2 weeks as they get into cricket, they get me into cricket. And funny enough, we actually very much enjoyed the sport. And we enjoy the sport so much that we actually have a cricket bat.
Yeah.
So, very, very funny that we have one in our house. But, yeah, anyways. And while we're on the topic of sports, I might as well put this out here. For anyone who's a Nationals fan, we have lost 4 out of our last 5 games. And it is not going well. Davey, what the hell have you been doing? Like,
not even
I said this to you earlier yesterday, and I'm gonna say it again.
Yeah.
But after 2019, what the hell happened to us?
People got traded, things went downhill, and
Yep,
here we are.
we got rid of one of the best first basemen in the history of Nationals baseball, Ryan Zimmerman. You will be missed.
Yep.
Before we even won the World Series, we traded Bryce Harper to the Phillies, and then we gave him a giant middle finger by winning a World Series.
Yeah.
After he literally said, after he got traded, I want to see a World Series here at Nats Park.
And yet, there you go.
And yet, there you go.
Look what happened.
And then before any of that happened, do you remember the percent rate we had for winning the World Series?
Actually, I don't.
It was a 0.1% chance.
Yeah, okay, that makes
sense. Before the postseason started, everyone remembers this record from 2019. We had a 19-31 record. A 19-31 record.
Yep.
I'm just gonna say this now. 2018 and 2019 were the best years of my life, hands down. Not because Washington owned the whole entire sports community by winning not by winning 2 championships, by winning 3 championships in 2 years.
Yep.
3 teams. You got hockey, basketball, and baseball. Of course, the Capitals winning the Stanley Cup in 2018, which was the best fucking moment of my life. Because it took us 44 years in the making to win a Stanley Cup. And then you got I don't know which one it was either. So, obviously, the Nats won the World Series on October 30th, 2019 at 11:50 Eastern Time.
Yep.
And then the Mystics, the women's basketball team for the Wizards, won their first title. So congrats to you guys. And speaking of Washington sports, when the so-called Redskins changed their name before they became the Commanders, to the Washington football team, everyone was like, man, this is a shitty name. Because I remember going to school that day, and I asked my teacher, Mr. Gamble, I was like, he asked me, how do you feel about the new Washington name? And I was like,
no,
I'm not. I remember my mom sent me a video of her watching it on NBC4 News, and I was like, or no, it was when they changed it from the football team to the Commanders. I was like, this is actually kind of a good name. I'm not gonna lie.
Better than what they had before.
Yeah, better than what they had before.
What? They couldn't think of anything better?
I mean, it was okay. I think they had a couple of options before they became the Washington football team, which is one of the shittiest names, hands down. They had they had the Commanders, they had the Wolves, and I think they had. I can't remember what the other one was, but I remember listening to on the radio. They had 3 names. I can't remember what the other one was, but they were pretty solid names before or when they were the Washington football team, because Ron Rivera said they were going to have another name change. But yeah, anyways, so also I just want to get this out of the way. I remember talking about this in the last episode. The 4-month hiatus I was on,
Right.
which I don't bring this up because for specific reasons, but I'm gonna bring this up because, so at the end of the year, last year, after winter break, I had a test for U.S. government, right? And
I think I know where
yeah, you know where this is going, because I told pretty much almost everyone the whole story.
Yeah.
It was right after winter break, and I had a test where obviously before you get a test, you get notes, you get a study guide, you get a packet, you get whatever to study for. I got so I had the packet, but I had so much stuff in my backpack. I just crammed it in there. Like it's not like what you think. Like I obviously sort it out, but like
Yeah.
I would have so many papers in there, I would just not even go searching for it. Like I would put it into my folder, obviously, but I was just like, I'm not even gonna search for this shit. There's so much stuff in there.
Yeah.
And the problem is that I had my backpack in my room and I took the specific paper I had that I needed and I snuck it right behind my big genie piggy bank. And I was just like, I don't have it. so I so what I ended up doing was I lied throughout the whole thing, and then somehow I passed the class with a D, which is surprising, even though I skipped it like 20 plus times.
Yeah.
Which,
Um.
I mean, you can't blame me. It's the teacher had a lot of people hate him.
I mean, I get it. Maybe it's boring, but jeez, I think you would have to skip that much or all for
well,
that matter.
well, yeah. I mean, plus, it was only the first semester, so yeah.
That's fair. Yeah.
But second semester of our senior year was probably the senior year for me was probably one of the better days for second semester because one, I got out of school the day after my birthday, which and then um and then which actually is a freaking miracle because it was on a it was on a Wednesday.
Oh yeah, no, it was Wednesday.
Yeah, and yeah, it was officially 24 hours after I became 18. Which, funny enough, Chris is I'm you mind if I spoil your age or no?
You know what? Go ahead.
Okay,
Nah.
well, for anyone who's curious, Chris is actually older than me, surprisingly. By
Surprisingly.
a he's actually 19. So,
Oh
surprisingly,
dear.
I think he was like one of the oldest seniors to graduate in our class.
Was I?
Yeah, because you were 19 at the time.
Yeah. Maybe.
And for any of you guys who want to see pictures of me and Chris, you know, graduating and all that stuff, I'll put my TikTok and my Instagram down below in the description. If you guys want to go check those out, you can. I do have a video posted on TikTok with a kid telling me me and
Yeah.
Chris to skip school while we are graduating. Ain't that something?
That's what I was about to bring up.
that
Thank you.
that
Oh,
has
that's
to be
gonna
the
be the
funniest thing I have ever heard. A little kid is telling seniors to skip school.
yes.
I mean, to put it in context, one of the seniors in our class was dashing down the hallway telling everyone to skip school. And funny enough, we come across the kid who's been telling people skip school, and we are laughing, we are dying, and I'm just like, there is no way in the world. I wanted to curse so badly, but I was like, you know what? I gotta do it for. I gotta not curse because I want to send it to my mom and dad. So I did, and they found it hilarious and just like,
Yeah.
why? But yeah,
I just
anyways.
did though.
Yeah, this is senior year for us was just short and sweet lived.
Yeah. It was better than my 7th grade year, so.
Seventh grade, Jesus Christ.
Oh no, I
Was
don't.
that when you actually came into the middle school, or was it eighth grade? I can't
No,
remember. It was
it was
seventh.
7th. That's
Okay.
why I said only there for technically a full year in a sense because
Well, plus
I
you
came
plus when we went through all the schools, you said you had no knowledge of MP at
yeah,
all.
no.
Which I don't blame you, but then again, the times that we had, which we only had like what 3 classes together out of the
Yeah.
whole 2 years we were in there, because we had PE together, obviously. We had um
Uh
we had that one class with Miss
I think it
Miller.
was yeah,
Yeah, during the middle school age. Age, I should say year. Um
your
and
age,
then
yeah.
yeah, we had yeah. And then we had another class together, but I forgot what it was. Anyways, um and then we
I
go
can
into
only
our high school year, which our freshman year, like I said in the first episode, was virtual or just
yeah.
how however you guys want to say it.
That was my worst year because I could not really do much. I
Well, for
did
me it was amazing because I passed all my classes except for one, which was cybersecurity fundamentals, which was ass.
yeah, I
Like
had
I had,
accounting.
like I remember telling you, I had no experience in that class whatsoever.
I took accounting in my freshman year. I hated that. I regret that.
Accounting?
Yes, that was my first class,
Are you
first semester.
serious? What the
That was
hell?
that was a mistake.
I mean, if that's what did you think it was gonna be?
I don't know at the time. I didn't know what I was getting into at the time, and then I was like, when I found out, I was like, oh shit, I do not want this class.
Dude, that is the funniest. Dude, that's the funniest reaction I've heard because funny enough, when I took cybersecurity fundamentals, I was like, okay, yeah, this is not what I signed up for. This is completely different.
Exactly.
Because I thought it was gonna be based off like a computer. Like
Yeah.
you would learn all this all this stuff like about a computer, like the websites and everything like that. But no, it's going into like data mining, security, like all this other stuff, and I'm just like, dude, I don't need to be learning this. I see commercials of this stuff.
Yeah, there. That's one way. That's the only way I need to learn.
I mean, plus the good side is the teacher that I had was a good teacher, but I mean, he would be
Yeah.
sometimes late to the Zoom calls, which I found kind of annoying.
Really.
Yeah, he would be like a couple seconds late.
I
And
remember
then
my English.
funny enough, in that same year, I um I took virtual band or trumpet classes.
Really.
Yeah, I so um like every day, I think it was for like maybe an hour or two, I would practice playing the trumpet because I played 6th, 7th, and 8th grade all trumpet, and then not I guess I can count my freshman year and sophomore year as playing trumpet, even though I didn't have a class for it my freshman year. But I did get back into it during my sophomore year,
Yeah.
and that was the last time I played trumpet. And I thank myself for not going through that hell again.
Hmm.
Because one, the teacher changed during our junior year, which thank God. And two, I didn't want to have to be dealing with a different teacher who was acting the same way as the other one did. And
Hmm.
plus, when I was in that class, my brain was so hard focused until I took I think it was maybe a week or two off, and I'm just like, okay, my brain does not realize what I'm going through right now. Like, my God.
Hmm.
Like, and the thing was, it was my first class, and I was just like,
Oh.
oh, dude, I don't want to be doing this.
Yeah, and I remember they had the scheduled from 8 to 3. I think it was right.
What do you mean? Like on Power
I think
School?
at the start of the year, I think it was like 8 to 3, which is a schedule I was actually used to because of my old school, which was 8 to 3 instead of 7:25 to 2:15.
Well, yeah, 7:25 to 2:15 is a lot worse than 8 to 3 because
Yeah, I was fine.
it's only 8 hours.
Yeah,
But with 7:25 to 2:15, it's worse.
yeah.
Because one, the bus. Okay, I'm just gonna say this now. The buses, they change the times so badly.
They
I,
changed it a lot where I was
I,
either on hold or not on hold, and I was like, I don't know why.
well, for me, it was so at the start of middle school, right? I had to get there by 6:25, or else I'd be late. And throughout all my middle school year, it was 6:25. Then during high school, our sophomore year, they changed it from 6:25 to 6:40. Why?
I mean, it was
like,
later.
like, I get it, but like, you don't have to make us wait longer.
I mean, it was later, which that was fine.
I mean, yeah, it was fine, but like, why?
Fine in the sense where I could just leave earlier.
I mean, yeah,
Later.
true, but you still have to wake up at like 5:30.
I had my alarm set to 5:50, so I was like, because I know.
Actually, yeah, that is true. I had my alarm set to like 5:45, 5:50, because like I'd always get up at like 5:30 or like near 6, because like my dad would be out the door by 6.
Yeah, because I would.
And I would just have so much time to myself. I would just be like, okay, what am I gonna do for like 20 minutes?
The only downside to having that much time is you could just do whatever while waiting, and then
Yeah, and then you'd probably be knocked out.
Yeah.
And also, I remember doing this on my last day of I think it was my sophomore or my junior year. I remember, or it was like the second to last day. I remember I woke up and I was ready for everything, but the problem was I fell asleep, woke up at 10 a.m. I took a 3-hour nap. And I was like, oh god. And the thing was, I walked from my house all the way to the school.
You walked to school.
Yes, and you wanna know how long that took me?
How long?
An hour.
Why did you walk to school?
I don't know, Chris. I do stupid decisions, okay? You should know this by now. You've known me since 2018.
Yeah.
That is true though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I walked from my house all the way to the school, and dude, I remember I was like, okay, what block is it? Because I remember asking one of the teachers, I'm like, what block is it? And she's like, it, because I remember I had Mr. Green, not the math teacher, the history one, and I was like, all right, I gotta go to his class, give him the receipt, and then just go to lunch. Because I remember it was right before lunch, or like right as lunch was happening, that I got there, and I was like, all right, well, I'm barely awake. I've been walking for an hour. My legs are killing me. I have class in like 20 minutes, and yeah. And then on that same day, I get a text from a couple of friends saying, "Hey, do y'all want to skip?" And I'm like, I mean, sure, why not? You know? And then we ended up skipping. This was third block, so it would have been into fourth block. And funny enough, do you remember what my fourth block was?
I don't think so.
It was second semester. My fourth block class was PE and weight training with George.
Oh, right.
And funny enough, and I remember telling Matab that did anyone see me? Because we went. So you know how there's a door right next to the gym,
Yeah.
and there's a door across from that near the stairs.
Yeah.
We went through the door that goes through the bus loop. We walked behind the school and then started crawling to where the fitness center is, and we crouch crawled, and I was like, and I saw everyone just and I saw Batam have they were like playing on like I think a PlayStation Wii and then like other stuff. I was like, and then I asked Batam the next day, I'm like, did you guys see us? And it was like, yes, everyone saw you. I was like, ah, fuck.
I don't know why you would have to crawl. I don't. Why?
Dude, the windows are so big. If we walked normally, everyone would see us. And plus, me and Emmanuel had that class, and both me and him skipped.
Hmm.
So I was like, I hope I don't get caught. And before we even went, we walked past the windows. We were like, "All right, dude, we gotta crouch because everyone's gonna see us." But I was like, "What if we just go the other way and no one sees us?" But then I was thinking, "But there's windows there. Everyone can see us." It's like no matter where we went, someone could see us. So we just went there and we just ran out there. We just ran out that bitch.
Yeah.
And then somehow we actually made it home. But we actually went to our park that's in our neighborhood, and we got there by 1:15.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we were there for like a good 20-30 minutes. And I was by the time we got there, my legs were done. Like I was sweating. Dude, oh, it was a rough day for me,
Oh yeah.
without a doubt.
You can just go back in the topic of just what stupid shit happened during our high school, middle school years.
Yeah. Also, speaking of high school and middle school, I remember, and I'm pretty sure you can recall on this, but because Matab has said this for a couple of times, but I actually did get into a couple of fights during middle school.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
and it was with Matab. Like Matab was one of the only people I fought.
You want to go? Oh my god! Now it's reminding me of that one fight that ended up being on the news that I
Oh
didn't hear.
yeah, yo,
My dad
guys,
told
if
me
you
when I
don't
got
know,
home.
if you don't know, there was an actual fight while we were in the high school, because I remember this, because I had Miss Carly's class. All I had to do was go straight and turn the corner, and everyone was there. But by the time I literally went out and turned the corner, everyone was gone. I was like, damn, I missed it. But then when I saw the video, I was like, yo, this was intense. Because
Yeah,
I
and I
remember
never.
showing it to you.
Yeah, and I
Because
never heard about any of this at
Because
all.
I remember showing you that one of the kids who was in the fight had blood coming out of his, I think it was his nose.
Mm.
And I was like, dude, I remember showing you the video, and I was like zooming in. I was like, you see this?
Oh yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, anyways, yeah. I actually now that I think about it, this might be just a different title name. I might just do like school memories
I know.
slash politics that don't make
I
sense.
know. We didn't even. We were like. That's what I was actually about to mention before you started this whole school fight thing. That we were gonna. This whole episode was supposed to be based on politics, and yet we just kind of completely strayed away from
Yeah,
that.
we went from politics to school. Like, what in the history class are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyways, y'all. Gosh. Gosh.
I think I remember the middle school. I did witness like one fight, and then I know in the high school I heard about a few, and then
I remember
also almost
I remember I
witnessing.
heard about one where it was at the cafeteria, and this was in middle school, by the way. And there was do you remember at the cafeteria, you remember the railway that goes down to the lunch line?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, with
that little
that,
railway, that little stairway,
that's what I was thinking
that
of.
little ramp. Yeah. So
Oh,
there was a fight down there, and I remember seeing it because I was sitting on the circular tables that were
on that
against the
side again?
windows near the
Oh,
entrance, and I was like, okay, dude, something's about to go down. And funny enough, what do you know?
second
Something
second.
went down. And I was like, yo, what the hell happened?
Do you know how it started?
Shit talking. That's all I can say is shit talking. That's how fights normally start, shit talking.
Yeah. I remember hearing about it where jumps in the high school. Someone just decided to jump off the stairwell.
Oh yeah, that easily got on the news as well.
Oh yeah, absolutely went on the news.
Yeah. Yeah, because also we have been on the news for quite some time actually, including my neighborhood, because I remember telling you that my neighborhood had a sinkhole in it.
Oh yeah.
And that was one of the scariest things I had heard. Because my mom told me that, and I was like, wait, whoa, what do you mean? My like, it has a sinkhole in it. And I saw the image, and I was like, wait, what the hell? Because I remember seeing the image, and I was like, okay, that's a pretty big sinkhole. And it took them, I think, about like a month to repair it, but it was huge. Like, if you think about how am I gonna put this? Think about like quicksand, right?
Yeah.
Just think about like a big circle of quicksand. But picture that as a sinkhole going into a neighborhood.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's what we had. And the sinkhole was right in the middle of where you go to get into the neighborhood. It was right in the middle. And I remember going outside and seeing like news choppers going around my neighborhood, and I'm just like, I remember going outside in the morning and just seeing the news choppers going outside and flying around my neighborhood, and I was like, okay, I hope I don't get on the news.
Yep.
Because my school's been on it, and I'm not trying to get on the news. I'm not trying to be a witness.
Yeah. I mean, if you already are a witness, like, and you
Well,
want, like,
I wasn't there when it happened. I was I was there when it had already happened.
yeah,
So yeah. Anyways,
that school being on the news a lot, and I just don't get why.
yeah, like we had the fight, we had the school shooting, if you remember that, the failed school shooting.
Oh right, I remember that.
Yeah,
Yes.
because remember, I remember my friend Will was like, my friend Will was like taking his bike, and he was like, I went all the way here for nothing. I was like, dude, get the fuck back home.
Yeah.
Like, get your ass home and stay there.
Yeah, I remember for me, 6th grade, I ended up staying at school until like 5 o'clock because apparently there was some school shooter on the, like a guy with a gun just on the premises, like around the school area. So we stayed until like 5 o'clock. We leave at 3. Like we get dismissed at 3. So we stay an
Yeah,
extra.
I remember that happening during my elementary school days. It was fourth grade. We had a lockdown because it was right after, it was like as we were about to leave, we had a lockdown, and um we had to stay there for like, I think like 20 minutes or so, and I was like, bro, what the hell is going on? Like,
My
what happened? Because like, it wasn't like one of those ones where it's a practice one, it's an actual lockdown.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, someone's got a weapon or something. Because as you know, in the Alice training that we go through almost every single school year, they always show someone in a hood with like either a gun or like a AR or whatever, like whatever type of gun they got in their hands. But it's always the same video every single year, if you guys don't know. But yeah, so, but in the videos that we have here at MP, it was in our school, and I will say this with all the positive editing that they did in that video. That video is so good.
Yeah.
With the editing. But seeing it every year and having to go through it, it's just a constant annoyance.
It is, but at the same time, it's like, thank God we're not actually in that real situation.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say we were once, but we kind of were. Because I remember the day before that actually happened, the school shooting, well, the failed school shooting.
Yeah.
I remember in band class, do you remember Jordan? The tall guy?
Yeah.
He was talking about it in my band class, And I was like, yo, what the fuck? Like, someone's about to actually shoot up the school? And back then, like, in band, like, no one respected me. Except for, like, a few people.
Hmm.
Because, like, I was one of those people that were, like, I was basically, like, an outcast, if you will.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
What, during middle school?
Yeah.
I felt as an outcast when the whole catfish thing happened. Until
Oh,
actually people started realizing that it wasn't my fault. Like, you remember how long it took for people to realize that whole entire situation?
yeah.
It took them about a whole good month.
Yeah.
And
It's
I'm
just
like, dude,
strange.
it took me a split second to realize that I got catfished. Yet I called it a setup.
Yeah, and yet people aren't that smart to realize it themselves that someone was.
Exactly. Like, the day that we came back, after that whole entire interaction happened, everyone was on my nuts.
You know, you sure you want to put it that way with this? Never mind.
Yes,
Considering,
yes. Considering the fact
just,
we are adults, Chris.
I mean, at the same time, yeah, I know. True.
And plus, you were on the you were kind of on that side where it was you were kind of on their
Yes.
side as well, where you were kind of against me, and you were just like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
At the same time, I did realize it too. I was like, oh shit, this is not actually his fault. But at the same time, I was like, you also could have somehow avoided this. Is
Well,
what I was like.
then again, it's a brand new. Okay, for anyone who realized this, please keep this aware. If anyone creates a new Instagram account, follows you, has one post, one follower, and one following, and you at least know them, it's at least gonna be something. But like what happened to me, it's completely different. Yet, like
Being that
the whole
you
thing that the whole like situation, like it no.
yeah,
Like it did not go the way I wanted it to go. Let's just say it that way.
that's the only way to put it, really.
Yeah, really.
Oh,
Also,
the
um,
road.
a lot of people, uh, I don't know if you remember me showing you guys this, but or not my YouTube audience, but you, Chris,
Yeah.
specifically. Um, the Doctor 445.
Oh no.
You remember that?
Slightly.
Yeah. It's so if you compare what that situation was to mine, there is a big difference. Because one, I didn't admit something that happened to me. Two, the way I got put in it was I'm walking into this situation like I'm a brain dead idiot, like I have no idea what the fuck is going on. And then
Yeah.
with me, it took people a month to realize that I got catfished. But with the Doctor 445, him writing that whole entire story and saying it happened in 2017, even though he was 35 and he's 42 now, completes that this guy isn't. I'm just gonna stop talking about it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop talking about it before I get canceled.
Yeah, I was about to say, as much as I would want you to just finish that thought and just say no, and then leave it at that, you might not want to. Is
Yeah,
what
I'm
I was
not
thinking.
gonna.
Yeah.
Anyways. Also, I said in the first episode that I was gonna have so much time on my hands to edit edit the videos. I actually don't even edit the videos. The only time I've edited a video was the Tower Control Madness video, which you guys can find on my channel. Which I did a collab with two people on my channel, who one of them I haven't talked to in since the last time I actually did the video with them. And then the second person, they just went ghosted.
Speaking of collabs, now that I think about it, I remember we were talking about doing a collab with both our channels when it came to like playing games. I guess this is actually it, really.
Yeah, I guess this is it. I mean, but then again, we could just do like normal videos where we just like it's me and you, and we just like do like Smash or just like anything.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Smash Bros. Ultimate. Pause.
Minds and think, no, you.
we're not turning this into a yearly twin thing.
No.
Anyways, like there's so much to talk about. Like nowadays, like my mind just like goes blank every second.
Yep.
Like let's say I want to talk about my background, like the class of 2024. Congrats, grad. Like no. Or like how I got my green screen. No. How I got this mic. No. It's pretty obvious because I got this mic. I got this green screen for Christmas because I wanted to upgrade my setup. It took me a while to actually figure out how the hell to use both my green screen and my mic at the same time.
Yeah.
Because I remember testing it out and I was on call with you, and I remember I said I couldn't hear you, and that's because my dumbass didn't switch up the audio.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but now I know. Now I know what I'm doing. Like that's just ADHD kicking in and me being a brain dead idiot. Like I spent like 20 minutes testing the audio from my mic, and it took me so long just to get it set up. I was just like, you know what? I'm not even gonna mess with this thing anymore. I'm just gonna use my normal stuff and just go along with it. Also, I do have another headset. I don't know where it. Oh, there it is. It's can't see it, but I have like a little shelf here, and I see it at the bottom, right next to my Pikachu Switch case, which I don't use anymore because I don't have the exact Joy Cons for it because I broke one of them. Also, speaking of breaking Joy Cons, so the history for me breaking a Joy-Con was over Fortnite in 2019. Yeah, so I went to Boston for a summer vacation, and it was me, my mom, and my stepdad before he became my stepdad. And we so I was home alone, and they went shopping, and they were at Food Lion, right? So I go, and I was in my room. I was playing on my Switch. I had Splatoon 2, Fortnite, YouTube, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. And I was on Splatoon 2. I was like, all right, I need to stop grinding. I'm getting tired of this. So I go into Fortnite. I play, I think maybe 1 or 2 games, and I get so mad to the point where I had a shark tooth necklace. I broke that shit off, smashed my Joy-Con, broke the joystick off of it, and when I broke the joystick off of it, that's when I realized I had drift. And let's just say the drift was so bad I couldn't even play Splatoon or any other game until I had to get new Joy-Cons.
You didn't know you had drift?
Not until I realized that I actually saw that I had drift. Because the Joy-Con, the joystick, I should say, had a chip in it. Like, you could see, like, a little white spot. Hold on, I'm just gonna show people. So, I have my controller here. So, let's say the bottom right joystick here. Let's say, like, I had a little white spot, like, near the edge of it. And, that's when I broke it, and I told my mom, I'm like, hey, I got a little angry. I broke my Joy-Con. Can you help me come fix it? And they were like, okay, yeah, we're coming back, coming back. I I regret. See, whenever I see the thing with me is like whenever I get mad and I just like do something stupid, like I throw my phone or like I break something, and I actually didn't want to break it. Like I regret it the second I do it, and I'm just like, oh fuck, why'd I do that?
Yeah, like for me, like I get mad at stuff, but I'm surprised I've never gotten mad at the point where I break something.
Yeah, like for me,
Wall.
yeah. Um so I think the last time I broke something besides a Joy-Con was what was the last thing
Oh,
I did break?
the phone, the flip
Phone?
phone.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
yeah,
That wasn't over. Actually, yes.
yeah.
So
Wasn't the last you broke?
yes, the flip phone was over anger because I remember telling you this. So during my 4 month hiatus, I had a flip phone, and I just now going to continue the story, but I got my actual phone taken away, which is right here, um, and I had a flip phone, which is one of the worst things that someone could get in 2024. Like, who the fuck uses a flip phone? Anyways, I got a flip phone, had it for 4 months, regretted it the second I had it. I was just like, oh my god. And I had a phone number on it, which was different. And the thing was, is you had to use the D pad to type. And
Ugh.
the D pad was so bad, it had drift. The phone was slow. It just everything about it was terrible. Yet the only thing that was actually good about it was its charging, because it charged up quick.
Hmm.
And yet that phone was so boring. When I had it, I didn't even use it for like 90% of the day that I was at school. I would just go on my computer just playing solitaire
How
because
were you?
because the two classes I had were senior seminar and Cougars Connect, which are uh, test studying classes.
No, okay, no. My question was gonna be, how were you able to play solitaire? Wasn't this a school computer
Yeah, school computer.
that's not blocked?
It okay, so so
Oh yeah,
funny
for
enough,
context.
so funny enough, um, they found out I was playing solitaire and they blocked it on my computer. They blocked solitaire on my computer because I was playing solitaire and not just doing my work, which I don't have work. I don't have anything to do. All I have to do is study for tests. Could you blame me? I had a flip phone.
Yeah,
I mean, to
and
be
yet
fair though, a lot of people were shocked that I could actually watch YouTube on that flip phone.
I was like, that thing's old. How the hell?
Yeah.
How?
Plus, it was a oh God, what was it? It was an AT&T something too. I don't remember the name, but it was a very old phone, and I was like, all right, hold on. How the hell did she get in contact with this thing? And I'm like, when I'm when I was texting my friends and my mom on this thing, I was like, oh god, this is gonna be so much of a nightmare
Nightmare.
because they questioned me, saying like, "What were you saying? Like, huh?" And I was like, "I'm on a flip phone. Get off me." But now that I got my actual phone back, I'm happy. Plus, I'm getting a new case on Sunday, which has this slider, which shows the camera, and sorry that I jumped there. It has a wallet holder because now people want IDs, so gotta carry my ID with me all day.
Oh, you always have to get your ID on you,
For
and
the
if you
rec, you
don't,
do.
oh yeah,
Yeah, that's got to be like one of the most gayest things I've ever heard. Using your ID for the rec. Like I get it for like shops and stuff, like smoke shops and like all that stuff, but like
Yeah,
the wreck? Come on now.
yeah. Because I remember I brought my school ID because at the time I didn't have an ID.
That's fair. Yeah, I don't. So the thing with me is, so when I'm at the wreck, I always leave my ID here where I'm at now. But like with me and the ID that I have, my signature is. Jeez. Speaking of signature, I just signed checks today for my bank account, my own personal bank account. So yeah, that was fun. Anyways, the ID thing that everyone keeps talking about, like, why do you have to ask people for ID? Like, if you're like, I get it, but like, I don't get it because, like,
Well, when you're older, like
yeah, I get that, but like, asking a guy who's been going to the rec for like over a year now and hasn't had to ask for ID, like,
computer, stop.
yeah. And plus, I remember going to Atlantis, the water park, and um we had to like so it was me and my dad and we went on Saturday and um on that same week before the weekend started, they him and his girlfriend went on Wednesday, didn't ask for ID, they just boom. And then on Saturday, they ask us for ID. Why? You're not asking anyone else for an ID, so why you asking us?
My guess, they just don't know how to do their job.
That's the same thing I'm saying. Plus, the girl that confronted us looked hella young. She looked like she was in college. And also, I'm gonna say this now because college is coming up. I remember the first day of 8th grade, some car crashed into the back of our bus.
What?
And yeah, this girl this girl was stupid because I was in the back. It was me, Emmanuel, and our friend named Jordan who was a high schooler at the time. Um he it like me the three of us, we were sitting in the back, like the very far back of the bus, and I remember I remember seeing the girl come out of her car with her phone in her hand calling someone, and I'm like, this dumb bitch. That's why you don't that's why you don't call and drive. Not unless you have a phone stand.
Yeah, and you have it connected to the car. I mean,
Yeah. But she walked out, and plus she looked young. Like she looked at least like she was 20. Like minimum 20. But
jeez.
yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I remember we recorded that day. We recorded her, and oh my god, dude, we were dying laughing. Like we caught her in 4K so easily. Like the cops pulled up and everything, and we had to wait for at least like maybe 20 minutes to half an hour. And it was so hilarious because everyone was so confused because we were exposing her, and yet and everyone was confused. They're like, "What the hell happened? Like, what happened?" And then we had to tell everyone on that bus that like, yeah, this dumb bitch crashed into us because we felt it. Like we felt the car go into the bumper of the back of the bus, and I was like, all right, what the hell just happened? And we turn around, and there she is. I
Hmm.
will never forget that day. Like it was the first day of 8th grade.
What's happening for me? I don't know. In my school, especially because of how much I hated the fact that I ended up switching schools, I just tried to forget anything that I did, and somehow that worked. I
Surprising.
just managed. Yeah.
Literally. Uh,
I don't
well,
know how I forget it all. most of it at least.
Well, during our graduation ceremony, when we walked through all the schools, there was only one teacher I was proud of seeing, and that was my kindergarten teacher. Because one, I could recognize her face. Two, she still looked the same as the last time I saw her. And three, she recognized me, she waved at me, and I was so happy. But then again, when the order that we did it in was so whack. Because we went from the middle school to the elementary schools, and I thought we were gonna go elementary to middle.
Yeah, I mean, it made sense with the middle school because, well, the fact that it was like right across the street, essentially.
Well, fair, yeah. Also,
So it made sense.
I remember you telling me this because I remember saying this because you were right there, but I remember us going through the hallway right next to the library, and some kid said, "Yo, Ducky," and dabbed me up, and I was like, "What the fuck was that?" Because I'm surprised so many people at the middle school knew me.
But how? I don't know.
I don't know. That's the question.
Well,
It doesn't. See, that's the thing. It doesn't make sense because people at that middle school should not know me. Like maybe if there's a friend of mine that I know that has like a little brother or sister that knows me, I mean, yeah, that might make sense. But like, how do you know me?
my only other guess is your channel, but I
Maybe
doubt
I don't know, or maybe that I'm just famous around all of MP
somehow.
somehow, some way. I mean, this all started back in 2017. So yeah, like my
I mean,
channel grew from 2017 because I originally had the okay. I I've had a lot of people ask me this, and I'm just gonna point it out, and you're gonna hear the full story, even though I'm pretty sure you've heard it like probably like 30 times of me
probably we'll
saying
see.
how I got my name
Oh
of
yeah, yeah,
of
yeah.
just
Yeah.
Ducky. So for those of you who don't know, I had this posted before. I deleted it because it's an old video, and I don't like watching my old videos because they got no views, they got a bunch of dislikes, and I hate it. Anyways, um, so how I got my name Ducky was before I became just Ducky, it was Ducky Duckster, which the cringiest fucking name I could have had in 2017. But anyways, how I came up with it was me going to a hockey game, which was the obviously in DC. It was the Washington Capitals versus the Anaheim Ducks, which if you guys don't know where Anaheim is, it is in California. Um,
Mm.
and it was a home game, and we had we were right next to the stairs to our section, and we were sitting right across from Ducks fans, and one of the Ducks fans had a pin on her jersey that said Ducks Nation, and she gave it to me. And then that next day, I go and ask my mom. I was like, hey, I'm gonna make a YouTube channel. You know what I'm gonna call it? I'm gonna call it Ducky Duckster. And what do you know? Here we are, 7 years in the making, almost 7 years in the making, actually, of this channel. And literally during 2019, um, I changed it to just Ducky because I could for some reason, and I didn't even know it because I saw everyone like I saw like a bunch of people who had like this like remember like how in YouTube you have to have a first name and last name for like a nickname.
Yeah.
I originally it wouldn't allow me to have just one name. It had you had to have two, so I had to put Ducky Duckster. And then when I got my first actual phone, which was my mom's old iPhone 5S, which cringe, I had YouTube. I had come up with Ducky Duckster. Everyone was laughing, dying because it became a meme throughout the whole school. And I was like, ah, shit, everyone's gonna know me now. And then everyone started, instead of calling me by my real name, they're like, yo, Ducky Duckster, what it do, bro? I was like, oh my god, this can't be happening. 7 years straight of people calling me Ducky. And then this I'll say this off camera, but I'll just tell it to you off camera. But as people are calling me Ducky Duckster, I get the idea of people disliking my video because just for the shits and giggles, because they knew that one, my content was cringe. It was 2017 at the time. I didn't have braces. My face was a mess. My voice was high pitched as hell. Yes, it was high.
No,
It was high pitched. But during my transformation, my voice did get deeper. Pause. But I mean, like the whole 7 years I've had this channel, I've gone through a consistent change. Like I've had short hair, I've had glasses, I've had braces, I've had long hair, which as you guys can see now. And I've had people on this channel. I've had likes. I've had a bunch of streams which have featured some people, have just featured me, have featured Splatoon, have featured just a bunch of things. And it's all because you guys have helped me support this channel and get me to where I am now. And yeah. And Chris, you are one of them.
Yes, and I hope I can actually grow mine.
Yes, because you do need to grow yours.
I do, and I need the time to actually do videos and all that. I need a lot, actually.
Yes, you do need a lot. And I will just go ahead and say this now. My channel is on the road to 200 subscribers, so if you guys would help me get there, greatly appreciate that you subscribe. Because it helps me, helps out the channel, and it helps me get another milestone done.
I mean, I just posted 2 videos like within the same day. So
like I said at the beginning, if you guys want to go check out Chris's channel, it'll be in the description. Anyways, continuing on with how I came up with the name. So during, like I said, during 2019, I was able to change it to just Ducky. But the thing is, during 2019, which is when COVID hit, and we're not going to call it the coronavirus because that's just the gayest name I've ever heard. I changed it to Ducky, but then, I did something a little different towards my social media accounts. Not specifically towards YouTube. So what I did was, as you guys know on this channel, I'm a Splatoon addict. And on this channel, you guys have stream multiple, and I mean multiple games of Splatoon. And I have changed my name from just Ducky to Ducky Inkling to Ducky Octo, which is what I have now. So, Ducky Inkling, if you guys know Splatoon, it's the Inklings and Octolings. You know, you get the idea. So, Inkling, I was an Inkling. Octo, I'm an Octoling. You get the idea. Vice versa. Understandable. Have a nice day. Anyways. But yeah. That's basically the whole story of how I got my name. I mean, Chris is obvious. He likes the Flash. It's right there for you. But yet he has a Bowser PFP. What the hell is you doing?
Well, that's because you need the PFP for Discord, and that's why I have it, and that's why I'm using it.
Also, for anyone curious what the hell Ente means, it's German for duck. So.
Yeah, I remember when I first saw it, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, huh? I was really questioning that. And then I saw what you said, was, oh, okay, that's fine.
Also, I remember when we released that video of that kid saying skip school to us. I remember I had one of my friends from a server in my of my friend's server, and we're like, "Congratulations, you completed the tutorial."
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "What? I've already done it. What's new?" Also, I remember when we did the graduation ceremony. Before we actually did graduation, Andrew was saying that they uploaded the graduation ceremony, which they actually did. Plus, they did the actual graduation ceremony outside.
Oh,
Posted it on the YouTube channel. Got like over I think 400 or like over 1,000. I can't remember how many views it got, but it got a lot of views.
oh, our graduation ceremony was posted on YouTube.
Yeah, our
Hmm.
school has their own YouTube channel. You didn't know that?
No, I knew that. I didn't think they actually
Oh,
posted the graduation.
well, they've done the graduations from like 2015, I think, or like
Uh,
2016, all the way up till now.
oh, I
And
hope not copyright strike.
well, we're
Sorry,
not playing music, so I can't get a copyright strike.
I'm looking. I'm looking at my channel and I noticed a video I uploaded, which was that one Mario Party thing that I filmed back in like September that I never finished, got ready to upload until like yesterday. It says 1 view 1 day ago. Under that, it says copyright. So
It must be
I
the
hope
music
that
in the background.
I'm hoping it doesn't. I'm gonna go check the YouTube studio because I hope that's not a
Well,
copyright.
I remember I got a copyright strike because I was playing ACDC during a live stream, and I didn't even realize because I completely forgot that I got a copyright strike for that because I remember telling you and Anthony that I got a
No,
copyright
yeah.
strike, and that was my
Uh,
first one.
view issues. Let's see. It's between the start and then one of the mini games. That's all it is.
Oh, okay, that makes
Two of
sense.
the like, two of the mini games actually.
Oh, two of the minigames. Okay, well that's
Well,
interesting. Cause
one no, it's just the one. The
oh,
one from Mario 10 looks like
Mario Party.
the
How does it? What?
that picture one. That like that one picture mini game
Oh, wait,
from
which
Mario
one? The
Party.
one with Bowser?
No, what is it called?
Or
Flash forward.
Flash 4?
Yeah, flash forward is the name.
Forward. Uh, hold on. Let me search this up. I haven't played Mario Party in a minute.
Yeah. The content ID claim on your video doesn't affect your channel. This is not a copyright strike. Thank God. Last time I got that, I was playing. It was a Rock Band video, so I was like, "Oh no!"
Mario Party. What is this? Oh, it's the picture game.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's that game. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. Um. Anyways,
Yeah.
we're gonna end the episode here. If you guys like it, leave a like. If you guys want to see more, let me know down below. Anyways, my name is Ducky.
Maybe ideas, what you might have, please.
Please let us know in the comments below. Of what if you guys want to see us do like SSBU, a 1v1, or like just whatever you guys want to see. Let me know in the comments below. Anyways, signing out. Peace.